everyone. Today I wanted to talk about my first 4 tames in order in PvE. The Trike, number 1. I would say that applies on PvP as well. The Trike is key. It's a great fighter. If you use the knockback feature correctly, you'll see here that as I battle this raptor, as soon as I get my timing down right, which is a little harder with the raptor because she's fast, I get to be doing way more damage than I'm taking. So right there I get the timing, and now I'm doing 51 and taking very little. I think that was a level 35 raptor, and that's just great in an early dino. It's relatively easy to tame. I use a bow and trank arrows, so it's not that high level to get that. And of course, if you have enough speed added, which you'll see in my XP video in the helpful hints section playlist, I do add a lot of speed in the early game, thus making it easier to run away from stuff. The Trike works as a fantastic fridge, getting some prime meat off that raptor I just killed. And there you go. It'll keep berries and perishables longer than a box, and even on your own body, of course, you wouldn't be carrying that around. The Trike's fantastic for getting berries. It's always my first tame as well because I don't feel like bending over and over pressing the E button to get those narco berries. As well, that Trike allows me to build this house. This house is very critical for me in the early game. I always put a dinosaur gate on it, make it easily accessible to drive the Trike right in and park my Trike in there for easy unload. From there we're going to get the Terradon, or the Ptero as I call it. The Terradon, in this case, a little tricky. I was near the swamp, so I had to get some spike walls down. You're going to want to use bolas to tame it. It's always my second tame. With the Terradon, I can fly around, get a little bit of crystal, a little bit of metal. But for some of you that want to rank up really fast, this Terradon's key in going from dossier or explorer note. So you pull the Wikipedia up, and you can fly from note to note. As long as you're sitting on the Terradon when you open the note or the dossier vase, then you'll go ahead and get extra XP points for you and your bird. And you can use its attack feature, which is a spin move. It burns a little bit of stamina. But if you've unlocked an explorer note and then you go around attacking things, of course you and the bird will rank up faster. I generally don't take anything under a level 75. And every clip you see in this video is in the playlist called Helpful Hints. So you can see how to tame a Trike, how to tame or how to build that building, how to tame a Terradon. And of course, had I had my Trike with me, I wouldn't be so nervous. There's an alpha raptor nearby that's kind of freaking me out. But this was kind of a mission where I'm on foot. I don't want to risk losing any of my early dinos, especially the Trike, because it's so important for my berries. That I decided to leave it at home in that base structure you just saw built, and I'll just deal with this alpha when it comes around. Spike walls are pretty helpful. So far on this tame, a couple things that ran into it, I was able to let the spike walls kill them, and then get some prime meat to help out with the Terradon. From the Terradon, I need to move on, and I'll usually go ahead and get myself the Argent, which is my third dino. Now once I have the Trike and build that little house, I don't mind if there's a dodo around. I'll definitely tame it. If there's a dilo around, I'll definitely tame it, but I won't tame anything besides the Trike until I have that house. And as soon as I get the Trike, I build the house to store it. Here I'm using the Terradon to trap an Argent. Very easy to do on your own. One thing is the Argent doesn't have the best attention span, so you'll want to go ahead and make sure you stay close, and we just give him a little pop here, and we lure him into the trap, which is all ready to go right here. It's actually built on a raft in this case, but you can build your traps, right on the ground if you want. As you see in my raft video, though, I explain why to me rafts are fantastic. The Argent has major advantages. It's got a smithy built inside it. It cuts the weight of most resources. It also carries dinos like Sabertooth and Direwolves that you can then drop in a trap, or even a raptor, dilo, dodo, whatever you like almost, on the medium-sized dinos. It also fights well and can tank a lot of damage. So this is an amazing early game dino. As soon as you have the saddle for it, I recommend you get it, and you'll be able to rank up quickly because you probably use that Terradon to fly around and get explorer notes. So it won't be a long trip for you to get this Argent. Theoretically, anywhere from 3 to 7 hours you could have these dinos. Finally, I need some defense. Here you could take the Rex or the Carno, really your call. In this case I took the Rex because there happened to be one close by. I do this with just a crossbow, trank arrows, a decent amount of speed, and some narco juice. So I have on crappy hide gear. I have on a primitive crossbow. I'm using a primitive spear. I've got some meat. We're not talking about even flak armor or top end stuff. And I was quite easily able, not necessarily easily, but I was able to knock out this T-Rex because I have way more speed than it. I did keep some sleeping bags close by. The reason you want this Rex is while you're out farming with your trike, or if you're knocked out something like an aloe or a spino or something that might want some prime, you'll be able to use your Rex to not only defend you, but farm prime meat for you to help with those tames. So the Rex is kind of, my fourth dino. In some cases, I'll use a Carno if it happens to be there's a Carno close by. Just any kind of dino that can provide some security for me, which is very important as you progress through the game. Now, this isn't going to be a T-Rex I'm using for boss fighting or breeding. It's just simply my first T-Rex, an early game T-Rex to help keep me safe. Again, as soon as I have the saddle available, I'll put that on a priority list. Between the Terradon, the Argent, the T-Rex, and the Trike, you can get a lot done very quickly in this game. Just a reminder though, that little house that you saw there is very important. There's no point to taming a bunch of dodos and a bunch of dilos, your Trike, your Terradon, and your Argent, and leaving them all parked outside with no walls. Even around that house, I quickly built gates as an extra layer, and then move on towards the Plant X and other defenses that I need. If you're going to tame a whole bunch of dinos, you're going to log off and go to sleep, and you're on a server that doesn't stop, as in not single player, you're taking a huge risk that all that work you've done won't be there when you get back. And that's why the Trike is also another number one dino, is it's really helpful for me when it comes to building. Now, once again, if you go through the Helpful Hints playlist, you'll see the full video of me taming this Rex, the full video of me taming the Argent, the Terradon, and a day 2 video, I think it is, under my playthrough where I take down that Trike. So if you're not sure how to do it, check out those videos. There's also videos on how to build a raft trap. There's videos as well on how to build that little house, just in case you don't know. So feel free to check that out. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and have yourselves a great day.